Jackie, could you please tell us about how each of your skin cancers was discovered and diagnosed? I understand that you've had 3 basal cell carcinomas and 1 squamous cell skin cancer. So it's interesting for us to understand how those were discovered and over the time course of when they appeared.
Well, it basically boils down to that I actually found them all myself, but the first one, I didn't realize it was a basal. I just noticed I had this raised bump on my nose. And it wasn't until a physician pointed out saying, that looks like a basal, you need to go to the dermatologist. And so that's when I realized I was going to need, a biopsy and then subsequently surgery. After that one, my second one was found when I was washing my face, and I felt a little bump under my eye. And that one, I went to the dermatologist. I said, hey, it looks like I've got another one. And she said, oh, no, that's not a basal. And I said, I really think it is, because it reminds me so much of the other one. So it was actually very difficult getting her to do the biopsy. She wasn't happy about it. It ended up being a basal. And that Mohs surgery was then actually done by a different doctor. Then the third time, and by the way, these didn't all happen in, like in one big cluster. They happened when I was 47, the first one, and then after a few years, these 4 occurred. And then the third one occurred when I was shaving my legs, and I noticed that familiar bump, but it was on my middle toe. And so I went off to the dermatologist and said, yes, you're right. It's a basal, from the biopsy. And I had another Mohs surgery, this time on my toe. And the first one they'd ever done on a toe. And then one day later, I noticed this funny swelling on my arm. It didn't look like a basal. I didn't know what it was. It was big, I thought. I went to the dermatologist, and they said it's likely a squamous, and they did the biopsy, and indeed it was. So I had my 4th Mohs surgery. I was really surprised how different it looked than what I expected, but that's how the 4 were found and diagnosed.